We have the Blazers on stage as we speak with Coach Sean Cockrell and Cole Carpenter and three of their football players. Coach, if you would, just give an opening statement and introduce the three you brought today.
Well, we're super excited to be here, and thank you all so much for inviting Valley View, and just want to introduce who we have here. To my left is Cole Carpenter. He's our offensive coordinator and wide receivers coach. Number 21 right here is Jacob Walzonia. He'll play middle linebacker for us and some running back. To his left is Carter Winters, number 26. He'll play strong safety. He will not play any offense. And down on the end is Connor Watson. He'll play corner for us and wide receiver as well.
If you would talk just a little bit about the offense.
You know, offensively, we only had two starters back, Connor being one of them this season. And so we've got a lot of question marks, and that's why I've got the guy to my left. He does a wonderful job, and we've just got to find that identity. And I think you're going to see a little bit of both. I think we're going to be real balanced offensively. We're going to be some downhill running, but we're also going to be able to throw it around a little bit and get it to our athletes. So a lot of question marks, especially up front and at the quarterback and running back position. So we've got to get those handled, and I know we will. And I think you can expect us to have a little more firepower this year than we had last year.
And defensively?
Defensively, we're super excited about the 7 returners we have on defense. Really solid defensively last year, had a lot of turnovers. And, I think Jacob and Carter, both those guys are kind of shore up the middle along with Travis Graff. And, our D-line gets after the quarterback pretty good. So we're excited about those guys. And defensively, we're gonna stay with those guys and ride them as long as we can because, we know we've got a good group there.
Going to turn the mic over to the voice of the Valley View Blazers, Randy Myers. He's got a few questions.
Coach Hooten's had you picked third this year in the 5A East. Since you've been in 5A, I'm pretty sure that's the highest that you guys have ever been picked in the conference race. I think you're also ranked 15 in the state in 5A, which I believe is also a previous preseason high. What does that say, in your opinion, about the respect that your program has gained over the last few years?
Well, I think it says a lot. I think, the Hooten's magazine picks us in the state, so obviously they think we're, at least middle of the road to hire, and so that says a lot about, people seeing what we've done over the past couple of years. And then, getting picked third in the conference is huge because that's picked by all the coaches. So that's the respect that we always have wanted. I think we've gained some of that over the years. I can look back to my first year and winning 2 ball games, and it was rough getting there, but this group right here of seniors was they were the 7th grade group my first year, and they have really bought in, and they have, my staff is probably the best in the state, hands down, and we've come together, and we've kind of got it going in the right direction. And so I'm excited that people know kind of that Valley View football, that we can compete in the 5A, and we can't take a step back. That's the biggest thing, is that we've got to keep moving forward. So, because we're not there yet, but hopefully we still got to win a playoff game. That's a big goal for us, and it used to be just to make it to the playoffs, but now we want to win one.
What was the reaction of you and your staff when you saw how high you were picked?
We talked about it, and I think that like I said, it's really good that the coaches in the conference respect us. But I was excited, they were excited, but I think we think that's where we deserve to be. We've beaten everybody in the conference now over the past 5 years except for Wynn, and that's a team that has really had our number, but we've gotten close a couple years. But now that these kids have seen that you can beat every team and at least play with every team, it's not something that we're intimidated by anybody in our conference.
Question for Coach Carpenter. Just kind of talk about, I know a lot of holes left on the offensive side with only 2 or 3 guys back. What are you seeing right now as the biggest challenges going into fall camp?
Coach mentioned a minute ago our identity. We really, don't know exactly how we're going to perform when we're up against somebody else. We know what we've been doing in practice. We can draw anything on the board that we want. It looks great, but till we're able to get out there and go against somebody else, we really don't know. When you have to replace 8 guys, 9 guys on offense. With guys that really a lot of them didn't play in junior high on offense. So it's it's kind of scary when you start thinking about it. But, looking back at it, we probably had one of the best summers that we've had. We've got kids that can run by people now, and catch the ball real well. A few team camps that we have, we've been able to run downhill. And that's something that when Coach and I met after last year, we kind of felt that we didn't have that in our arsenal last year. And so we've really worked on, kind of old school, getting under center, turn around in the eye, and here we come, see if you can stop us. So if we can't do that, we'll have to go back to the drawing board. And I think going into week 1 against Osceola is going to be a great test to see if we can actually do it or not.
Coach, we talked a little bit off air, and I'm leaving with you, Coach Carpenter. Tongue-in-cheek about some players maybe going both ways. Kind of address that, and what specific players do you see helping you out on offense?
I guess we're in the age now that I guess I'm old enough now that when I remember playing, we all played. Everybody played both ways. I mean, it was just what you did. And now it's kind of once you get in higher classifications, you see people just kind of going, you play offense, you play defense. That's it. And we feel this year that we can't let Connor, we can't let Graff, we can't let Jacob at times. All right, just stick him on defense and not use them. And Connor showed last year that if we can get him the ball and get him an open space, he can take it to the house. And, he's a young man that we've already talked about. We got to get the ball in his hands 10, 15 times a game because at any time he could take it to the house. Last year Graff didn't play a whole lot of wide receiver, but, you go back to it's one of the, you go back and look at a moment against PA. You don't like to bring that game up a lot, but he made a great catch coming across the middle, and we kind of didn't get to use him a lot last year, but this summer he has shown, he catches anything, and he's shown that in the secondary that if you get it to him, he's going to go make a play. And then, Leighton Holyfield right now is looking really good at running back. He played sparingly last year, and he's kind of bought in, and, he's just running downhill on folks. So I really hope that, we're able to go forward at our skill guys. We don't have a lot of linemen that are going both ways. It's mainly our skill guys. One guy we haven't mentioned is Cade Rogers. Cade has probably the best hands on the team. And if he's able to play that D tackle and then move over and allow us to use a tight end like we need to, he could kind of be that weapon that nobody is really thinking about that could really help us this year.
Thank you, Coach. Jacob, get the mic. We're ready, buddy. Hey, you've always been the little brother, underclassman, but now you're a senior. Big-time leadership role in this team, and you've done well. Talk to us about your role compared to years past.
I think this year that I just have to be a senior and show all the younger classmen how to work hard and lift hard and run hard every time we do something in practice, just so then they know the standard of how we play.
We'll just pass the mic down because I'll ask the same question. Kind of surreal finally being a senior, and you're a leader no matter what. It's kind of thrust upon you. How's your role changed?
Really, you have people looking up to you more than you did before. A lot of new guys that it's always been you knew everyone's name above you, but now you got to learn the guys below you, teach them what to do, guide them along, and it's just a different approach.
Same question. Keep going, brother.
We got to show them the principles of the team and how they need to run all the time in drills, just stuff like that.
Just day-to-day stuff. I appreciate what you're saying. Coach Cockrell, back to you. Talking about your depth and your offensive attack, quarterback situation, kind of expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, right now, Zach Stracer is our starter, a guy that was our third-team quarterback last year. Had one good game. He came in against a win, took us down. We scored in the fourth quarter when both quarterbacks went down. So he's got a little bit of game experience, but not much at all. And that's what we kind of worry about with him because he's looked great all summer. So we've got to keep him healthy. Right now, Jeb Rapert's going to get some carries at the quarterback, but he's also going to play running back, but he's more of a runner, and so you're going to see that dynamic from him. And then Keats Grantham is a sophomore. He's got a long way to go, but a kid that maybe in the future can be a good quarterback for us.
Go back to Randy Myers, the voice of the Blazers.
Question for Coach Cockrell, and I'd also like to get Carter's input as well. But Obviously, you got a great safety tandem, maybe the best in the conference, if not in all of 5A, with the two All-State guys there. But just kind of like to get your thoughts on what your expectations are from those guys this year, and then also get Carter's input as well.
Well, you know, when Hootens came to us and asked us about playing, and that was the first thing they said to me was, we feel like you have the two best safeties in the state of Arkansas. And so for us, that's huge. We feel like we do, but, you know, there's not a lot of people that know who they are. And no offense to Carter, but if you look at him right now, you're not going to think this guy averages 130 tackles a year and, you know, is just a downhill. He's a linebacker playing safety. And has a nose for the ball. If you come in, and I think as a junior high player, he played in the secondary, but you didn't really know where he was, and then comes in as a sophomore and is All-State. As a junior, he gets even better in his All-State. Played with a torn labrum that nobody knew about his sophomore year. And then you got Travis, who, you know, had 7 interceptions. He's our ball guy, so Carter's more of the run player, but he can still cover, and Travis is the ball guy. You know, he's going to cover everybody. He baits quarterbacks into doing what they don't want to do, and then but he's also, you know, Travis had 63 tackles. So we have to play well at those two positions, and they make us better.
I feel like me and Travis, it's like we've done it for 3 years. It's going to be our third year now playing safety side by side, so it's not like it's anything new to us. We don't got to learn anything. So it's all kind of just muscle memory, keeping everything going we did last year. And we just know how to work off each other. Man, he'll always take the guy with the side with more receivers, and I'll go to the side with less receivers, just because, like I said, Travis is better in coverage. He had 7 picks last year, and I'm more better on the run side.
Jacob, sounds like you're going to get a few more opportunities on the offensive side of the ball. Kind of talk about what you anticipate your role being, and do you look forward to maybe getting a few more carries this year?
Yes, I definitely look forward to getting more carries, but I feel like he's going to use me as like a power back when we need. It's like 4th and 1, and when you got to get a yard, I feel like that's when I'll be used. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting a couple more carries this year.
Coach, if you would just give a closing statement.
Yeah, we're really excited about our season. This group of seniors is a little different than we've ever had. They play more multiple sports than any group we've ever had, and we love that about them. They're a tight-knit group, and they're going to be the ones that, if everything goes right and we do what we expect to do, they haven't had a losing season in 5A. So they don't know what that's like, and they don't want to find out. And so the guys before them have kind of paved the road and kind of got us to where we want to be, but these guys right here are taking us to the next level, and we're really excited about the 2019 season.